welcome back to Coyote Sound Podcast. And we've got Dave DeFlo here.
Yep.
Again.
Here I am. Thanks for having me.
We got the whole band this time, except the drawing. You guys want to introduce yourselves, rest of the band?
Sure.
Start it off.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm the drummer of the Chewy Center.
And I'm Nate. I'm the bassist of the Chewy Center.
Mike, lead guitar.
And Mike's our newest member.
Oh, yeah.
Last time I saw you guys play, it was 4 pieces. And when's the next time we can see you guys as a 5-piece?
When do you think this will come out?
This Sunday.
This week. Next week, yeah.
The next show we have is March 25th at the Burnt Pickle in Kent. And then next gig after that, we're playing with Graf at the Winchester on April 8th.
Yeah.
That show's going to be fun.
That'll be good.
We've got Plinko out of Youngstown on there too, so
Nice.
it's a stacked bill.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, that's good. They're still playing. I haven't seen them do stuff in a while.
Oh, well, yeah.
They're getting out there.
Cool, Plinko.
So we were supposed to have another guest in today, and I was planning on opening the show with a thank you to you guys anyways, but then our guest for this time didn't show up because you guys were going to fill in last minute for us last week. and then my gas line decided to burst, so
Good.
That was
I entertained the fire department.
What's us?
It's sabotage.
Oh, man.
But yeah, you guys just hang out like around the corner just waiting to come in or what?
I mean, I don't work too far.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
We've been there all week. We're really hungry.
Yeah, pop in, grab a snack,
Absolutely.
come
Can't do
jam.
Taco Bell again.
Fifth time this
No, but we've we're really excited with everything we've got going on right now. We're onboarding him through the fall, and then he started playing with us New Year's Eve. We played at Mike McFarland's New Year's Eve party. That was a lot of fun. We were all 5 of us crammed, like the room that is like the stage when he has parties. Like we were packed in there.
It was 5 by 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was really
5
fun.
people in there, and it was good. It was good.
And like it wasn't our usual crowd, but they were all really receptive, so that was cool. So we did that, and then we just played at Coda. That was like our first public show with Mike, and he killed it. So we're so proud of him.
I grew up so
you.
fast.
I was totally planning on going to that show, and my furnace kicked out, and now I know why.
Golly.
The gas line messed up.
This
but,
place
like,
is falling apart.
Are we safe recording here?
We don't know.
See, man. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I guess today was the day it was meant to be.
There it is.
Here we are.
Cool. So, what led to the decision to add a 5th member, and how did you find Mike here?
We flipped a coin.
What was the other option?
Yeah, who was the other guy?
No, it was either Mike or the band Liquidate. So here he is.
Well, when we started, we were a 3-piece,
Yeah.
and I'd never wanted to be lead guitar at that point, and we just didn't. It made the most sense at the time to just move forward as myself, Ben, and Nate. And then when we brought Steve on a couple years ago, and he fit in really quick, and it was a very short onboarding. And then, so the 3 of us went, all 4 of us, we all went to Padua Franciscan. So I was
What's
a year
that?
Padua Franciscan High School. And then I was a year ahead of these guys, so I graduated. You played in a band with them, and then he's been out of town for a while, and we always just kind of, whenever we saw him or went to a show together, we're just like, hey, if you come back, like, because he's a great guitar player, it's like, come hang out, play guitar, and finally worked out.
Nice.
I should let you answer these questions, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You covered the story pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because, like, I've been going to their shows ever since the 3 of them started playing, like, 2018. That was around the time I graduated college, so I had work in Columbus, so I was living there for a while. And, at first it's like, okay, this is a nice thing to do for my friends. And then as they progressed and got better, it was like, actually it's, like, fun to go to their shows because they're good. And after a while after that, it's like, damn, I'd really like to play with these guys. And I'm like, I gotta get work back in Cleveland. I have to try to get here before they get another guitarist. And then, like, a while after I had been practicing with Dave and then got official, I was in the band. He's like, yeah, we were never going to pick anyone other than you. So I'm like, oh, well, I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it wasn't like a find a lead guitarist, because like we were, as a 4-piece, we're like, this works, but there was always kind of this outlying thing where it's like, if we can find a way to get Mike in the band, then we're going to get him in the band.
Wait for the prodigal son to return.
And it's great because now I'm finally, like, from a musician standpoint, I'm doing the thing I wanted to do in the band since 2017. Like,
So you still play guitar?
yeah, I'm doing lead vocals, I'm doing rhythm. I do, like, it's kind of like an Humphreys McGee thing where, like, I do, like, 25% of the leads, but all the new stuff, like, he's really taking the lead on, no pun intended, and I just get to create, like, atmospheres and do riffs and sing, and it takes pressure off me to just, like, focus more on songcraft right now, and yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, me too.
So how was it leaving the world of voiceovers for movies?
That's awesome.
He is, like, the best bass.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I've been told. Get into radio, the dying industry.
Yeah.
But it's funny for work recently. I had to I was like doing like a how-to video for this product we sell, and I had to do like a little narration for it as well.
I believe it. You have no way of getting out of that, man.
Right, but it was actually a hellish process because I had that whole thing where it's like you have to like record your voice and then hear it back through a recording, and it's like, oh, I hate this. and also like when you're being recorded, you like forget how to read and you're stumbling over words.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so probably not doing that anytime soon.
Just listen to you and Evan talk back and forth.
Yeah.
I got terrible
gosh.
radio voice.
Me and him.
Just read bedtime stories.
Oh my gosh.
In a world full of podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'm into that. Just you and me. The rest of them shut up the rest of the time.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
do
fair
it.
enough.
I'll listen.
All right.
I'll
I'm out.
drink.
Cool.
Nice one, go if you want.
Trade guitar riffs. Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. What kind of guitar do you like to play? Or what do you have? What did you start with? What's your preference?
Well, first guitar I had was an Ibanez because I was a Hot Topic kid. That just made sense. The one I have now, it's a Charvel. I played a few of those before, and they just have really nice necks. They're nice and thin. They don't have like that glossy finish on the back, so it doesn't get tacky at all when you're moving up and down. So yeah, that's I try to do legato-y, little shreddy kind of stuff, so that helps. Yeah.
Nice.
You starting off with a basement trader ad and then going into gear talk? Are we trying to get rid of everybody right now?
Nate just shared a meme with us, and it was a guitarist's pedal board, and it had a little like dialogue box on it, and you had to get really close to read it. And on it, it was like, listen, nerd, stop looking at my pedal board. Go talk to some girls. Like,
That's so good.
and we've all done that. Like we go see bands, we just go look around the stage, like, oh, what are you playing out of? Like,
It hurt a little bit when I saw it.
It hurt me too. I got called out.
I don't get it.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
we've
Strict drummer mentality.
we have some friends who are also musicians. They're just like, yeah, man, it's just about like your guitar into the amp, and we're like, we do the opposite. You're gonna hate us.
We need as much in between as possible.
That's what I'm into, man. I got the new Strymon Cloudburst. I don't know if you've seen any videos for that, but it's like this ambient reverb, and it was really cool, and then it just blew up on me. So, and they're back ordered, so I'm waiting on a new one to come from Sweetwater. But
Yeah. We got to play it a little bit a couple weeks ago.
yeah, until it shut down. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wait, did it shut down like quick? Like
Within a couple minutes. Yeah, smelled like smoke.
Good. Good.
Fortunately, like
What is
I
it
think
with
I'm.
this house and things breaking?
I don't know, man. It's cursed. I was supposed to leave. That's the problem. I was supposed to be gone by now.
Make sure these mics are working.
Yeah, we're all gonna get shocked on them. We're all done for.
That's all right. You just keep your mouth away from
But yeah, we love using different effects. Like Nate uses so many effects, and he's the bass player.
Yeah, and I usually
it
play
actually
like
is wild.
all of our songs, like all the recordings, all of them are mostly clean. I think I've used like an octave pedal and a chorus pedal with some reverb, like on the recordings, and that's it.
it. Well, that's a different story. I understand.
Do you
Yeah.
split
so
the
funny.
signal so that you're getting like? Because I found like playing bass, if I have too much in the pedal chain, like I lose that low end. So I'll split my signal a little bit. And
I've not done that yet. That is something I've like wanted to get into eventually, but as of right now, no, I don't actually split the signal. I think on the recordings, I believe Steve does do that, but I don't recall. Too bad
I
he's
think he
not here to
does.
say it. Yeah. And then, but yeah, most of the stuff I play clean, and I have a bunch of pedals just to, to make the jams funky. Just make a bunch of sounds.
What's your go-to? Like, what's the first pedal you're hitting?
I mean, I will say it is the octave pedal to get something just going right on the low end, just blow out the speak PA system. If I wanted to something like lighter, chorus pedal or phaser is usually what I go for. I like to combine the delay and the reverb pedal too. Those are always fun. But Dave is like the master at the delay pedal, so I usually just like keep something very basic.
Just like I think broader, like swear to God, we won't talk about pedals the whole time, but we could.
We could, yes.
Iron Cobra.
But like we,
Same.
there you go. Ben has a pedal chain into his drums. He just breaks the head. But our sound, now that like we have like kind of a fuller lineup, we're really leaning into a lot of like progressive rock sounds, like AOR rock. Like that's like Toto's one of my favorite bands. Like Steve Lukather is one of my favorite guitarists. I just kind of like that big sound, and like whenever they're writing something, like just the hooks in every little thing. I think that there are a lot of bands that just like there's like two mentalities. It's like you can withhold like the thing that the listener really wants, or you can just give it all to them. And you probably shouldn't give it all to them, but I appreciate that they do it more often than not. And I'm just listening. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I got like the last year I got really into all these bands from Scandinavia that are trying to sound like American 80s bands like Journey and Toto and Foreigner. So like that was a huge influence on the sound, and now that we have like the 5-person lineup, like we can really flesh those things out into our jams. And those are sounds you don't always hear like in a jam band setting. And Steve's like super into Yes and like old school prog bands, and like we all have like all of our influences are extremely different. So we're writing some new music right now. We unveiled it at our first show back in February. We're getting ready to record a single, working on a full record. So our sound right now is just, I don't know. I'm more excited about this sound we've had right now than anything else we've ever done.
Cool. We're going to see some of that on April 4th, is it?
8th.
April 8th. April
Yeah,
8th.
we're going to be playing some of that. We're still writing. So we're going to try to get a single out by the summer, and then try to get a record out probably end of the year.
Awesome.
Silence.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you three were in a band together at one point?
Just our like senior year of high school. We came together. We called ourselves a coalition of musicians because the talent show was coming up, and it's like, hey, we all play something different.
I love that
Let's go at
picture
it.
of all of you in the Padua gym with like your backs to
Oh
the
yeah,
camera.
backs
You were
turned.
edgy.
Oh yeah,
Right? You were edgy.
cool.
I tried to have that get rid of.
We yeah, we
never
played
gonna-
Tears Don't Fall.
By Bullet
By
for My
Bullet.
Thank
Valentine.
you.
Yeah, for Bullet
I don't know why I
Valentine.
blanked on the name,
Yeah.
but we
good
played
one.
that one. But that was a lot
It
of
actually
fun.
turned out really good. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie. For that time, what'd you say?
No, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like for what we played, it was a good cover.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I think
That-
for,
and for, like, 10
everybody in
years
the
ago?
band, like we
10
in high
years
school,
ago.
we
10
were
years
all in
ago.
the same phase of like semi emo metal, like
Oh,
Bullet
yeah.
for My Valentine. Ben never left the Avenged Sevenfold phase,
Never.
and like
Ride or
That's
die.
a terminal
okay.
condition.
so we
The
were
Wreck Forever.
when we played at
Forever.
Coda, the sound guy, he was just asking about like what we listened to, and I told him like, and Ben listens to like Avenged Sevenfold Disturbed. He goes, I knew it.
Wait, who said that?
The sound guy at Coda.
Oh, that's so good. God damn.
I don't know. Like, I love it. Like, we're a jam band, but Ben's not a jam band drummer, and we don't want him to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, my favorite sound are metal drums. Like I think they have the best sound, and Ben delivers.
Cool.
Getting in there.
Got clicky kicks.
Kind of, sort of like, so when it comes to, Steve actually, like, low-key hates me for this, because he runs a lot of our sound, and he's actually the producer for our last
EP.
That's the guy from
And-
the police sketch, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah. And so like I have like a good kit. Like it's a newer Thomas Superstar, and so like that one, the one that we practice with is like I call it like a Frankenstein kit. Like it's bits and pieces from a bunch of different kits all kind of thrown together, and that's what I used for the longest time. But like because of that, recording it does not sound good. So we use the new kit, and that has no ported head on it. So he is like, I've never done this before. I don't. All right. So microphone just like right up to the front head and whatnot, and he had to really mess with that to figure out how that works, and he got it sounding great. But he's like, you need a ported head, because he wants that just he wants the quick clicky thump almost for.
take a 57 and put it on the batter side right next to your beater. And you'll catch the impact there, and then you catch the other side for the fullness.
Really?
Remember that.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we're watching this back. We're telling you. Okay, no kidding. That actually makes a lot of sense because that's got the attack to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I did. I had an old Vistalite kit I used to bring around with, and it had an original. It was 26-inch, old Ludwig head.
Nice.
On the front, so
Big
I
boy.
was not going to put a hole in that thing.
Right, sure.
So you go to every place, and they're like, you got to do it. And so I learned it. A 57 right up by the beater.
So you learned that from
would catch the punch.
sound technicians saying this is what we're gonna do. for
Yeah.
this?
Well, I learned it after sound technicians bitched because I wouldn't let them cut a hole in my head.
There we go.
So
That makes
reading
sense.
through the internet, I was like, all right, well, Zeppelin's kick sounded cool. What were they doing live? And
Oh, that's what they
did. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
I never
now
knew
you know
that.
everything.
Hey, fair enough. No, I know everything. That's going straight to the ego.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. Never knew that. Good stuff. But so literally up until right now, we're gonna get some new heads for the practice kit, I think, and I'm thinking of throwing in a reverb head, resonant head
Reverb
for
pedal.
Correct. And just get a ported one for even lives and whatnot because I play a 7-piece kit and most of the time they don't even have enough mics for that
Right.
when we go out and play. So they're like, all right, first of all, pick and choose, and we'll run from there. And I'm like, all right.
I love playing shows and Ben brings in his kit and every sound guy rolls their eyes.
Yeah.
That's just it's an occurrence every show.
It is. It definitely is. But at the same time, the number of times I've gotten I thought that was for show. You were never going to play all of that. And then I play the, show and they're like,
Okay.
I'm going to fuck off right quick.
We just try to pick up after ourselves, be good guests. We're we're going to balance out the fact that we have a 1,000-piece kit.
yeah.
But no, Winchester's kind of been our home base over the years. Ben knows what to expect
Oh,
now.
yeah. Yeah, he's not surprised.
Yeah. Place is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We love
We love the
playing there.
people in Winchester, the vibe, everything. It's great.
Well,
Excuse me.
we're gonna jump right into one of our new segments, the 216.
All right.
Oh, hell yeah.
All
If
right.
we're talking venues. Let's keep it that way.
Okay. All right. So the 216 is 2 Desert Island albums, 1 venue that you'd love to play at some point in the future, and then 6 bands that we should be listening to. Don't have to be Cleveland bands, but that's a plus.
Yeah.
that's
Throw,
good.
throw some in there.
Yeah. So, and I guess the 6 you can come up with all together, but we'll get the
Okay.
2s and the 1s from each person.
Yeah.
So 2 Desert Island albums. Who wants to go
So-
first?
I prepared my answer.
What?
We actually prepared our answers last week.
You've prepared his
Yeah.
answer. Number 1 would be one of those Scandinavian bands I was talking about, Night Flight Orchestra. They have a record called Aromantic 1. It's a 2-part record, but the first part just was I think that's the quintessential sound. Just all the big AOR rock sounds. They just give you everything you want. And then the other record would be Food by MF Doom. That's the record that got me into rap and hip hop and all of that. I just think he's super inventive with all the sounds. So those are my 2.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, so first one, because desert island implies beach, whatever album Margaritaville was on.
That's a really good choice.
Second,
Good and a bad answer.
thank you.
It's an excuse to start paddling off the island.
Motivational inspiration.
That one's on Jimmy
Awesome.
Buffett's greatest hits.
Yeah, there you go.
The song.
What's the other one?
It's the B-side.
Second, since I am on a
Margarita.
desert island and I will have to like learn to be a primitive, live off the land guy. For motivation for that, the soundtrack to Tarzan.
Those are great answers.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, shit.
Phil Collins is on that, right?
Yeah, and even not as a joke, that's just like a great soundtrack. So
That's good.
he went hard for that.
He didn't have to do that. Either.
But he did that for us.
I agree with that. I was watching that with my daughter the other day, and I haven't seen that since I was a kid. And I'm like, man, they went all out on this soundtrack, and realized it's all Phil Collins going all out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, wow. Yeah.
Vegas.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with a Wilhelm Scream's album, "Career Suicide." Hardcore punk band, really gets your energy going. So that'd motivate me to work and make sure we're all. I assume we're all on the same island together.
That was. I hope so.
I hope so.
That was also our soundtrack to driving to high school every day.
Yes.
2011, 2012.
One of my favorite albums of theirs, and then the second would have to be Skyrim's original soundtrack, because that way I can just get lost in my mind. I'm like, I'm already lost here, and the Skyrim music is just very relaxing.
Okay. Mine would be, shocker, Event Sevenfold's self-named album. That got me started on Event Sevenfold to begin with. And one that I always come back to that I just always come back to is the Disturbed Indestructible album. For whatever reason, that one always got me. Love the drums. It's got they're just love it. It's good stuff. So those are mine.
And Steve's answers are the Wiggles 1 and the Wiggles 2.
Well put, Steve.
Actually, I believe it would be. Oh man,
A Sun album and
no,
Probably
it's
a
the.
Yes record.
I don't remember. It was something. There was Elephant in there, and then there
White
was like.
Stripes.
No,
Cage
it's
the Elephant.
proggy. Old band, you know what I'm talking about?
Well-
Like they had that
Oh,
hand.
Elephant's the band name?
Gentle Giant.
Gentle Giant, yeah.
Yeah.
So insert Gentle Giant album here. That would be Steve's lineup. But yeah, I guess a Yes album.
I'm going to be listening to a lot of new music this week.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
It's not a bad thing, man. All right, so one venue you'd love to play at.
Like locally or just like shoot for the
Anywhere.
stars?
Anywhere.
Red Rocks.
Red Rock.
For
Yeah.
Tropidelic's playing Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just saw that.
Yeah, self-made Cleveland band.
That's cool.
They've had their sights set on it ever since 2009. Work.
That's awesome.
Nice.
They work hard.
See, I have a lot to pick from since I haven't played a lot of places yet. If we're going more like the realistic in the near future realm, I'd say Grog Shop. That's one where I've seen when they were a trio that play before. They always get good crowds out there. This last Saturday, we saw Sea Level have their album release party there, and it
was
was
awesome.
a great fucking show. Shout out Sea Level.
That Tony Hawk shit was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm so pissed I got there late.
Oh,
It wasn't my intention.
Oh,
I was,
people were getting into it.
I
was
out to-
going
I was out to
crazy.
dinner with a friend, and like I didn't want to just like scoot out, so I was just like I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh well.
I didn't realize I remembered every single word to Guerrilla Radio.
That
Like
cover went.
screaming
That's
it out.
awesome.
That
Everybody
cover
was
went so
screaming it,
hard
man.
because at the end, like the "All Hell Can't Stop Us Now," it wasn't even like yelling. He went straight screamo for it, and everyone was jumping.
Yeah, that was the Cat's Meow, who since about 2014 or 15, they're a Cleveland collaborative band started by a few members of Wanyama. And every time that you play, you get different people up there, but it's usually the same core. Charlie Wilson's always up there, and Tim and Coda from Wanyama too. And so this time we had Mellow Man Funk. We had some of the horns from Rubik's Groove. I think the drummer from Rubik's Groove was there too. And
They were killing it, man.
Ziggy got up there for one, I think.
I
too.
missed the opening band.
Oh, the Franz.
Yeah.
I missed that too. I got there right after
My
they
buddy's
were
like,
done.
this band up that was just on, they just kept singing about the bus.
The bus.
I'm like, yeah, that's the thing, man. They're singing about RTA.
sing about. Nate, where do you want to
Sing
play?
what you know.
Oh man, I guess House of Blues would be a classic pick, if not Masonic Temple, but definitely the House of Blues because we're like this close to the Beachland Ballroom. We're just right there at the front door. But I think the House of Blues would be classic because Dave and I went up there at the high school rock off. Dave and I did that together, and that was it would be cool to see how far I came from that point. So, yeah.
And our first Humphreys experience.
Yeah, 2016. It was in January. I don't remember exactly. It was towards the end of the month. And I thought that he showed me puppet string, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, this is really cool. And then he showed me, I think it was In the Kitchen combined with some other song.
We didn't know what a jam band was.
Yeah,
Just like,
and I'm
"What's
just
this?"
like, oh, this jam in the middle, like, that's their big thing. Like, they do that. Like, it's just one thing that they do at the show. And that's what I went to go see, and they jammed, like, almost every song, and I was blown away. When they came back from their break, they started off with Mulch's Odyssey. And, again, I'd never heard these songs before. And, like, the lights are all flashing together, and Dave and I are, like, looking at each other. People are going nuts. And it was, I mean,
We had never met
it
a
was
Wook before.
yeah, it was a surreal experience, and it's hard to be like this show. Like the last show that we went to, they were at the House of Blues again this year, back in either beginning of February or it was at the end of
Top
January.
3 show.
Yes, and it's just like, do we count it as number one? Like, what's gonna beat the first time we saw them? It's just. The innocence is what I wanted. Like, I took him to go see Humphreys McGee for his first time when he lived in Columbus. They went to the Express Live, and I took him to a great show then. And he's just like, this is insane. Like they brought it back. Like
They brought it
Great
back.
show.
oh yeah, it was very good. I still listen to it on Nugs. Sorry, but
No,
I
you're good.
robbed you there.
You're good. No, so for me, I think it is because I was actually going to say the House of Blues, but the next step I would actually love to do is the this is local, but the Beachland Ballroom. Excuse me.
That's been a goal of ours.
That's just right, and I think Nate's right. I think we are close. We played on the at the Beachland Tavern a couple times. We met the people, know everyone there, I would just really like to play that one. It's a good one.
That's my favorite stage to play on.
No kidding.
It's very
Let's
nice in
go.
there, yeah.
All right.
Seen a lot of good shows in that room.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen a show there. Weirdly enough, I don't think I have.
You got to break that cherry this
Yeah,
year.
no kidding. No kidding. No, it's a cool spot though. I really like that.
I've only played there for fake shows.
What does
Oh,
that
yeah.
mean?
So we
We made a promo video on that stage once.
I did twice.
okay.
I ended up
Oh,
doing
he
it
did
twice.
yeah.
Yeah.
With a Chili Peppers tribute we had about
Yeah.
4 or 5 years
Good
ago.
do.
And then I did another one with the
It totally took it.
with the ZZ Top tribute band.
Right.
Yeah. That's the only times I've played there is fake playing.
That's awesome.
We played for real, but just
But yeah, we did play for real. But there was just nobody there but us
Thank you, sir.
and some cameras.
I had my first
About your
beer
first.
in a bar at the Beachland on Halloween, and they had like 6 cover bands playing, and they were alternating between the ballroom and the tavern stage. So people were just like one crowd, and then like when they were done, they would all just like travel over there. I saw there was a Queen tribute, a White Stripes tribute. God, it was there was a ZZ Top tribute.
Those bastards.
That's it.
I don't
yours
remember
was
all of
2
them. but
bands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
It was
really
called
cool.
CC Top.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
did CCR and ZZ Top.
But first beer in a bar, it was a Rolling Rock of all things.
God bless. Really?
It was a recession rock.
Golly.
I had a buddy that went and saw a Queen tribute with his wife for their anniversary. And he went up and talked to the band while they were getting ready. And he was like, hey, if you guys do, you're my best friend. Can you dedicate it to, I can't think of Jeff's wife's name right now, but can you dedicate it to Jeff and Sandy? So the band's going on. There are a couple songs in. They're like, this next song goes out to Jeff and Sandy. And he's all excited. He gets his phone out and they're like, bicycle, bicycle, I want to ride my bicycle.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He's like, I totally didn't tell them to say
Botched.
that.
It looks like he messed up the song and not like the name. Because he was like,
Yeah.
who's so and so? And then
We got the 6.
6 bands.
6 bands we should be listening to.
Ben, you start this one.
Avenged Sevenfold.
All right, I
You
will.
dug your own grave right there, bud.
We wasted one. Nate.
Here's one. A Wilhelm
classic
scream.
rock now.
It's on the hat. There it is.
There you go. Wilhelm Scream. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Let's see. This one, Mother's Cake. It's like a psych rock band. A lot of good grooves. Check them
Good
out.
choice. Yeah.
Nice.
I'll do a Cleveland band first. People in the Daytime. Are you
Yes.
familiar with them?
No.
Bree from Land of Panda got me onto these guys, and they're young, like they're hungry, and they've got a really unique sound. Like there's like the funk elements. Like I don't even know if they can jam, but they're not like culturally a jam band. And they incorporate all these sounds like from 90s hip hop. They've got this song called In Love with a TV, and it's one of the best songs I heard all year last year. Like it's just everything about it is infectious. So People in the Daytime, local-ish group. I think they're out of Kent.
Nice logo. Wait, what is that for?
Someone mentioned
So-
Kent.
Somebody mentions Ken.
They all
Yeah.
know. Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Anytime
Oh,
somebody
when you
mentions Ken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then as far as big, like not a local band, Night Flight Orchestra.
Nice.
Just if you like Toto and Journey and Foreigner and all that,
I was in a
they deliver.
Journey tribute band for a while.
You've done a lot of tribute bands.
I've been on a lot of tribute
Hell
bands.
yeah. Okay.
Also, Ben, do you know whose brothers are?
Do I know who your brothers are?
Among
do.
the Willows.
Get out. Okay. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Shit. No kidding.
I'm the
Wait,
big
did I know
brother
that?
there.
I don't think you did.
Okay. Cool. Didn't know that. Damn. That's cool as shit.
Yeah, I know those guys.
All right.
And that leads us to number 6,
Tell me
Among
if
the
I know.
Willows. Now, I'm actually trying to think of like bands that haven't been mentioned on previous podcasts, like local bands. That's why I apologize for. I do have another one I could say that's not local though.
Go for it.
Keep going, yeah. We can do up to 24. Right?
Oh, yes, that's true. Yeah.
The area code changed. Keep
Yeah,
going.
that's true. Tupperware Remix Party, abbreviated
Twerp.
as TWRP.
Let's go.
TWRP. Really good.
They all have
80s like Japanese city pop mixed with funk, mixed with just a bunch of synth.
they're
It's
all
really
like
nice.
characters. Like
Yes.
it's like it's one of those corny bands, but like everything like the music delivers. Like
Yes. Yes.
I have I have some music I love because it's like it's really artistically stimulating, and then there's some music that I like that is just like I'm having so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Twerk is one of those bands.
Yeah, I saw them a few years. Well, thank God, I guess it's now like 6 years ago. But basically, they were I think it was last year. They were at the Beachland Ballroom, is where they last were. But I saw them at the House of Blues. But they're a Canadian band, and they tour around a bit. They haven't really been coming to Cleveland beyond that, but they'll be in Columbus and such. I don't remember the dates. But they tour around a bit, and it's really nice because over 2020, they just started pumping out music. And I'm just like, oh, yes. Thank you.
I was just in Columbus last night. That's probably why I'm so tired today. I got home at like 3 a.m.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Got impulse to go see Muse and Evanescence.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, Muse is one of my favorite bands,
Yeah.
and they missed Cleveland this time, and I have missed them every single time. Never seen them, and really happy I went down to that.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool though.
That's awesome.
Nice.
You mentioned Columbus, and I just remembered this band because I just bought tickets for them in Columbus. They're out of England. They're called Church of the Cosmic Skull.
Ooh.
It's like an
I like that
8-person
name.
band, and they dress in all white, and they act like they're like a murder cult from the 70s, and like all the imagery is really like rainbowy and flowery, and then they have like if you go to their website, like it looks like a church's website, like it's not.
That's awesome.
And they
What
quote
are they called again?
Church of the Cosmic Skull. And it's just like it's really 70s rock influenced. They have backup vocals, they have like cellos and whatnot. They refer to themselves as like Brother Bill, Sister Sarah. Like,
Oh, that's awesome.
and they don't do interviews. Like whenever they do an interview, they stage it to look like that it was like coerced out of them. Like they're just,
Oh my god.
they're always like in their role, and the music just holds up with it. Church of the Cosmic Skull.
Going off of that, when he first recommended that band, he gave me
You were
one.
worried about me.
Well, kind of, because he told me one of their albums to listen to, and he's like, "Yeah, they act like they're a cult, but it's like a gag." And I listened to this album, and it went really hard. I'm like, I text him, "Are you sure it's a gag?" No one goes that hard for
Yes,
a gag.
brother.
They were going
Yes, brother Mike.
Yes,
I'm
brother.
sure.
And the answer to that question is, we
man.
still don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I second that one.
Made me think of that Adam Sandler thing with the cult. You ever hear that one?
Oh, no.
It's like they're lured a
that come
cult.
The store.
Damn, I like the story.
He made it himself.
Like some nighttime cult. They're like, hey, I'm trying to get this chick, man. Just join this cult with me. Like when the leader says he doesn't like the sun, you go, yeah, fuck the sun. I don't gotta buy in. I'm just trying to get laid.
Oh,
I think that's from They're All Gonna
God.
Laugh at You. Adam Sandler had like 2 fantastic comedy CDs of skits
Doesn't
in
he
the
like
late
sell out
90s.
arenas now?
He
Yeah,
might.
he's
Like,
coming to Cleveland.
Yeah. I
he
didn't know he was
actually?
on that level.
No, neither did I. I was never really much of an Adam Sandler's fan.
Well, his movies and his
I don't know.
oh, with
comedy.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, immediately brought that down. Everyone's like, we fucking love Adam Sandler.
You what?
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
like-
You Avenged Sevenfold listening.
It's like,
I thought I knew you.
the Chewy
You were in
Center.
my
No, I don't
wedding.
know. Like, he's like one of those ones that I feel like either you like him or you don't. Like, in very little in between. Like, Will Ferrell or some shit. Like, people either love him or they don't. Like, and that's it.
but
I don't know, I feel like he's one of them for me.
it could be like a situation like Bob Saget's stand-up versus Bob Saget in Full House.
That's
you know?
true.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah, all
different.
right, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
There's one absolutely terrible Adam Sandler movie that came out like before the big ones. That's called, I think it's called
Oh, Overboard?
Overboard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really bad.
The movie is terrible. I made a mistake of renting that back when Blockbuster was a thing.
Well, I
And,
fucking love Blockbuster.
I think that was like during the beginning of his SNL days.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
god awful.
Damn.
Well, we could go into Adam Sandler, but let's
could.
stick with the Chewy Center. For those of you that are listeners that didn't hear the first interview with you, 'cause that was super early, right? Like episode
Yes.
5 or 6 or something.
Wait, did you do that one on
I
your
like to
own?
think.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
by
we
myself
weren't
and I was
available.
really scared and I didn't have you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We were just starting out. I'm like, all right, who do I like right now? That's
Wants to come
in
to our-
Cleveland, and yeah, I liked your music.
Thanks.
Aw.
Let's put him on.
That's
Appreciate
cute.
it.
Yeah, we were trying to remember how that came about before you guys got here.
I'm like, did I see them before I booked him, or
Did I
just
reach out
hear
to
him?
you?
Yeah.
I
I think you
reached
did,
out to
yeah.
you.
Nice.
It's like I try to just get ourselves out there, just like anything to
Cool.
get people to know who we are.
It worked out. You got 3 new listeners from this podcast.
Let's
Yeah.
How about
I think that's about how many subscribers we have.
Hi, Alan.
Or maybe 4.
Roosevelt at the time?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
No, I just joined them about a year ago.
That's
No,
right.
sure.
You've only been on just over a year.
Yeah, year and a
Maybe
half.
a year and a half?
Yeah, we're about a year and a half.
Right
It's
on.
like episode
Nice.
61 or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, we skipped a few weeks, but we do what we want.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Maybe we'll sit on opposite sides of the table for episode 69.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit's getting weird. I like it.
It won't be a band that day.
So when did you get into adult film?
People are in one.
Well, this voiceover,
This is the intro.
this voiceover guy from Columbus.
Mike.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, if you Google my name, the first thing that comes up is a porn actor.
Yeah.
What?
We used to call that guy
That's
the lobster.
awesome.
Yeah. And he
don't
looks
know
like
why we called him
Tarzan,
the
speaking of
Checks
that.
out.
Strong name. Evan Stepp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had to
So
take it.
good.
That's what she said.
I was just.
Thank you. Somebody picked it up.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. All right. Any
to Adam
any
Sandler.
other bands that we should be listening to right now? Underground, Cleveland's, or whatever.
That
Apart from
haven't
the
been
six.
on or mentioned on the show. Shout out to our friends Erie Waters out of Paynesville.
All right. Yeah.
They've been around about as long as we have. We played our very first show opening for them, and it's funny because like we didn't really know him very well, and the way we got on that show, Willie Tharp, who plays in a local Dead tribute, and he has a band called Pillars of Rome. He was our producer at the time.
Which one's he in? Sunshine Daydream, is that his?
No, he's in Dupree's.
Dupree's, yeah.
I think he's in Dupree's.
Does he have a recording studio in Paynesville?
Yes.
Okay.
We used to
I knew
practice there.
Yeah, I used to practice
and we're
in a
West
band
Siders.
a long time ago. Yeah,
We were hanging out with him at that Jerry Garcia thing.
So
yeah.
we recorded our full length in 2020 there, and that's right when Steve joined the band. But when we met him
Is it
initially,
Refried? Is
yeah,
that what that's
Yeah.
called?
Yeah.
Refried Audio.
Nice.
Shout out Refried Audio.
Yeah.
When we met him initially, he introduced me to Luke, the guitar player from Erie Waters, and he's just like, "You guys are about the same age. You're starting your bands. You two should be friends." And Luke and I just kind of like made the decision that we were close friends before we actually knew anything about each other, and we've been friends ever since.
Well, Luke's cool. I hung out with him once. He taught me how to crack a whip and throw knives.
That checks out.
That checks out.
We have a friends and family show that we do every year. Nate's dad has a farm out in Wellington. We call it Funk on the Farm. It's like a one night camp out. And the first year we did it, we had Erie Waters play. And Luke, they show up in plaid shirts and like jeans that are like cut off to be short shorts. Most of them cut off the sleeves. And Luke just got out of the car and starts walking down the driveway and he cracks the bullwhip. And like we just looked at each other and like, who did we invite to Nate's dad's house? And
No, like, well, sorry, will you keep
no,
going?
and just like they're great guests. They're just wild.
Oh yeah.
Hit us up this year for that one. If you're doing it again, we'll come.
Are
play
we?
soon.
Oh, heck yeah.
Has your dad talked about it?
So we've decided there's basically mid-September is our option. I didn't know if you were gonna go on, your anniversary is technically that end of September, but I don't know because you went on your honeymoon recently, so it was just one of those
No,
things.
if I told Alyssa it was between just going away and doing Funk on the Farm, she'd be like, Funk on the Farm. My wife's a team player. That's Shout out Alyssa.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's good.
But I was gonna say, literally, Funk on the Farm, like that exact same day, like
Yeah, you're in.
like Luke literally shows up with a bullwhip, and he's just like whipping this thing around. Later that day, he's shirtless, and he's got like a huge red line across his back. And in true like Luke fashion, I'm like, dude, what happened? He goes, oh yeah, that one got away from me.
That's like
that's
like
true.
a Wednesday for him.
I know.
I got one of those on my arm that day. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are in.
Yeah, keep
We
your end of
played,
September's
We
open.
played
Yeah,
at
there
one
you
of
go.
their members, I think their percussion player's birthday party.
Adam Shunk.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I saw that was the first time I saw you play with Rust Belt.
Oh, okay. And we were doing our like really trippy didgeridoo jam that we do, and then like which is in a minor key, and so we just like slowly modulated to the major key, and started doing an Erie Waters song.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which
Didn't
one,
Ebb and Flow get up there too?
Yeah. It was a big jam at the end.
That was
What was that
awesome.
called?
Nice.
Oh, Cold One. It's called.
Yeah,
that was the
classic.
song,
Classic.
I gave a didgeridoo as a gift once. It didn't go over well.
In what way?
I just gave it to my brother, and he's like, "Thanks." It was a.
And Among the Willows hasn't incorporated.
No,
it
this
yet?
is another brother.
Oh, how many brothers are there? The Shillings run deep.
So I have three that I
It's a
grew up
different
with.
Brother Shilling.
I have three that I grew up with, and one that I never met who has the same name as me. Whoa. And was also a fighter when I was a fighter. And he reached out and he found me on Facebook. I didn't know like he existed. And he's like, "Hey, I'm your brother. Like, I'd love to meet sometime." I'm also an MMA fighter. I was fighting at the time. And I was like, "Dude, let's book a fight. Let's not meet."
Can you imagine the crowd just being like two guys who look like very similar with the same names?
Right?
Oh my god.
So I was calling him 2.0. he's younger, but I was trying to book a fight because I'm like, listen, two brothers meet for the first time in a cage for a fight. Like, we'll sell this to Hollywood. We'll make some cash.
That's awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, he followed in our father's footsteps and ended up in prison. So the fight never came to fruition. But I have three brothers that I know very well.
Yeah.
Right on.
And one of them had a didgeridoo. I don't know if he still has it or not. That was a Chuck Kaminsky recommendation. I said, I got a brother who's kind of a hippie. What should I get him for Christmas? And Chuck said a didgeridoo.
That's honestly a good recommendation.
I would think so. Makes sense to me.
If he doesn't want it, we'll buy it.
I don't know if he still has it. I'll find out.
All right.
I have no idea how to play. I tried. Austin's really good with that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the sax player, mandolin player? His name's also Dave.
Yeah.
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 He's
We
one of
call
my
him
favorite.
Brom.
He's one of my favorite people.
The wild man.
He's
Yeah.
funny, dude. I like it.
He is. We're recording some songs right now, and he does mandolin, sax, bass, and vocals on this next slew of 5 songs.
That's
we're about to
wild.
release.
Okay.
Right on.
Cool. Can't wait. It's gonna be called Oxidation. You heard it here first.
Oh.
Let's go.
Breaking news.
Yep.
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah. We're at Lava Room. They run a pretty tight ship around there.
Have you had to
So
do
it's
any
gonna
more TikTok stuff or any of that?
Oh, we're not there yet. We're gonna once the songs are done. Yeah. There's a second part of the business now that they moved from Beechwood to Independence, where the social media marketing is part of like Lava Room's thing now, and so we're gonna have some of that.
No kidding.
Gotcha.
I don't know how excited I am about it. I kind of just want to play music, but
We'll have to
Yeah.
check that out
That would be cool.
so I can actually play music.
I'll like go where they want me to go, and, for the sake of more listeners or money or whatever.
The extra stuff is tough. Like, I love sitting here and talking to bands, but when it comes to, like, promoting this thing, I'm like, you know, I like sitting and talking to bands.
I am literally the worst at promoting, though. Like, I swear to God, like, the last show that we played
You
at
barely
Coda-
have a phone number.
No, I know. Like, first of all, that's
6 digits.
That's another thing. I don't have, like, I have but don't use any social medias whatsoever. So, like, I never, post anything for the band or anything like that. I think we have access, but I never do. And, on top of that, when we were playing at Coda, the day of, an hour before I left to go to Coda, my brother was with me, and he goes, like, and by the way, Evan loves, he loves coming to the concerts and stuff like that. And he's like, "Are you playing tonight?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like, sorry, did you not know?" And he goes, "No." And I'm like, "How did you figure it out then?" And our friend who never comes to shows was the one that texted my brother, said, "You going tonight?" And he's like,
Note to self: text your brother about our show.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. So, like, no, I'm literally the worst. And, like, I got, like, family, friends, all this stuff that, like, when you playing next? And I go, I don't know.
Tell them
I'll get back to you.
easy way to solve that. Follow us.
With
Go to
what,
Facebook.
dude?
Facebook, literally
yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, like.
I will never be on it.
Ben
That's
uses
the
a
problem.
series of pigeons to communicate.
No, but that's what you tell them verbally, and then
Oh,
they
no, I
have to
do.
do it.
I
And then
do
it's
tell
their
them.
Be the
fault.
state of
No, I
your
do
way,
tell them
though.
to follow
Yeah.
us.
Are you on the pigeon? You're not on the pigeon yet.
You're not on the pigeon?
That was good.
But, like, no, like, yeah, I'm literally our worst
That'll be
marketer
the-
by far.
Yeah, that'll be the new social medias with pigeons. It'll be Cooter, not Twitter.
That's going to get
Was
so
it
weird.
Wolf? Is that the one from The Office?
From The Office, yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
funny you
I,
say.
I feel it. I love doing these podcasts every week, but then when it comes to time to like doing the recap and like posting about it, I'm like,
You do good with that.
yeah, it's hard to find the motivation to do it though. Like, do I really have
That's
to
the
listen
thing.
back to the interview
It's like-
and write a
I-
summary? Ugh.
Like, I do the booking and the social media, and like there's a part of me that enjoys doing that, but it's like it does take energy, and then like sometimes it's just like I wish I was pouring more of that energy into writing. And we kind of do like a quiet winter every winter by design to kind of recharge, and we all play Minecraft together. So
Quiet winter is an Ohio thing anyway.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
and like now that
We're all coming out of hibernation slowly.
And now that we're coming out of it, like, we're writing good music, like, we have a lot of great shows booked. We have more festivals booked this year than we ever have before. I'm really excited about that. So we'll be announcing those.
And you can
when we're
announce
allowed
right
to.
here.
Some of them
Ask me while we're playing.
don't
Later.
Yeah,
the answer is don't ask.
I enjoy
You can
promoting,
ask him,
like,
he won't know.
I enjoy
Exactly,
promoting
though.
bands that have been on here more than I enjoy promoting ourselves. Like, I
That's
love,
awesome.
like,
Yeah.
Sea Level's new album. Check it out. It's fucking killer.
No, you guys have been really
Seriously,
awesome
check it out.
champions for the scene. Like,
Yes.
I just listened to the Strobe Light episode.
Mm-hmm.
We played with, I think we played
I
one
think
of
I
our
listened back to
one
that.
of their first shows. We played with Strobe Light Casualties.
Was that at the Winchester?
No, it was the bottom of Mahal's, right?
No,
thought
we
that was
played
the
with them
second
before that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, it
I
was
misunderstood.
Grog,
We
right?
played with them at Grog. That's
yeah,
right.
that's it.
Yeah.
But like just,
Before Mike. Huh?
but, but when they were
where it
on the
goes.
show,
Just
just
Run
like,
it in.
those guys put out great music, and then like from that first Grog show, the last time we played with them was about a year ago in the basement of Mahal's. And did we follow them?
Do you guys?
Yeah, they were the headliner, and
Oh,
we
yeah,
played
yeah.
before.
Do you
them.
guys do something
Okay.
at Winchester with them before?
I don't think we've
I
played
don't
Winchester
know.
with them, but that band
Oh, it was
is
Grav.
so
It was
good.
Grav, yeah.
Yeah, it was Strobe and Grav
Like-
at the Winchester. It's like one of the first out of COVID
They're-
shows I saw.
They're just
Sorry,
one,
go
oh,
ahead.
you're good. It's just they're one of those bands that are like we saw them when they were super early on, and then we saw them later, and it's like, oh, you guys put in work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're killing it.
Yes.
I love
Cool.
those guys.
I like their music.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not to go back to that one promoting like thing, but like it kind of like how bad you're saying you're bad at promoting. It reminded me when my wife and I were first dating. I mentioned that I was in a band 3 weeks in. Like I was just like, yeah. By the way, I didn't even open with it in like the dating profile. I just like, by the way, I'm in a band. She's like, oh okay, and then like I took her to practice. She's like, oh, you're in a band. Like you guys are actually serious about this.
And that's only like a good thing until you're like 25, and then like after that, it's like I'm in a band. It's like, well, that's going to detriment for how I feel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Until you hit your 40s, then it's back.
Yeah.
True.
Exactly.
There's like a, there's
got a 15
dip.
year period where
you
it's
ride the dip.
Yeah,
You're
30
good on the other end, man.
35 is where it hits the credit score.
Yeah.
It affects your credit score.
It affects your credit
I'm in a
score.
local band.
Oh my god.
How many
Drop
followers do you
30
have?
points right there.
All right.
You can't have this home. You're going to practice in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is great. Yeah, the bass was not finished. It's like, that's what you guys wanted, right? Yeah.
But it's soundproof.
But it's soundproof.
That's what happened here. This was all unfinished. Like, this was the first thing they got done was this room. We moved here. This was completely unfinished. And, yeah, put in a bunch of, like, soundproof insulation in the ceilings and double-layered drywall, and
Hell yeah.
we're ready to go.
Yeah, this is legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell us the last concert you've been to, each of you.
Humphreys McGee.
The Sea Level release show last week. That was killer. Humphreys McGee was the list. Actually, all four of us were together.
Yeah.
Yeah, all four of us went to go see him.
Steve skipped out on that one too.
Yeah.
Weird.
So before we keep whipping Steve, because we will.
Okay, didn't they come back in the encore with "In the Kitchen" again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
brought it back.
They brought it
They
back.
brought
That's
it
where
back.
that joke comes from.
Yeah.
We Steve has been our producer. Like we did our record at Refried, and then we did a single of Funkadelic's Red Hot Mama, and Steve produced it.
Hell
We
yeah.
did our EP after that, and he's like, if I'm like the guy who does all the booking, like he's the guy who's like managing all of our sound, not just for recordings. He's recording our practice. We just started
yeah, we
recording
just started that one, yeah.
practices.
Oh,
It's helped our writing process.
Oh yeah, that always takes you to the
Um,
next level.
Oh yeah.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
like Steve's like the tech guy for us.
No, he's literally like, as much as I like give him shit, like he like kills it on so many different levels. Like, so, but he's just not here to defend himself. It's
No,
the easy
so
target. So
That's the only compliment he's getting.
yeah, that's it. It's
That's
over
it.
now. But
We're done.
no, he does a ton for the band. Absolute ton. Fuck you.
Evan, I thought you were going to change that shirt for the next episode, so it appears to be different weeks.
Awkward.
Oh no, it's just getting cold.
All right.
I wear this shirt in a lot of episodes, I think.
He just stays here.
I have 5 shirts.
This is the podcast shirt.
That's Mike's thing. Mike has a look. It's like the fact that this is gray and not black is a variation.
Many moods and seasons.
It's not a
Like,
t-shirt too, so.
He's tall, brooding, broad-shouldered, black T-shirt, jeans.
And
Like-
he's got a slightly darker black.
Mike the guitarist.
Yeah. Actually, I was gonna say, it's like, I'll wear the Indonesian black today.
He's that guy who opens up the closet, all the shades of black.
Yeah.
Golly.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of instances where I can be like, no, because this time I wore this other thing. I got nothing.
That's true. He
awesome.
actually at the Coda show, you did wear a nice green flannel.
And that's only because Dave put in the group so it's like, hey, just wear something fun.
Or something
I'm like,
fun.
you got to give me heads up for fun. I got to go shopping for fun.
Shopping for fun.
He combed his hair to the other side.
Yeah,
No, I never do that.
crazy.
That's dangerous.
Not too
Wow,
crazy.
What are we doing here?
Easy.
That's awesome.
How was this guy?
He dresses like he's in that cult. But
It's the opposite of that cold.
He's in that nighttime cult, man. The nighttime is the right time.
the night man.
Black
Tight
t-shirt
man?
and jeans never goes out of style.
Yeah, Knock dresses like he stands at the front of the stage like this the entire night, and then actually likes your set.
Don of the Arms Cross Mafia. I'm sorry
Yeah.
we're ripping on you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The only thing is, like, I'm actually here. I'm not like Steve, but I have nothing to do. No, I'm just saying, it's like, I could defend myself, but I got nothing.
What's great?
That's
They're right.
Steve's not even gonna listen to this podcast in spite of us. It's just like I wasn't in it.
So here's the thing: is like the four of us. Like I didn't know Mike
That is
like
joking.
much at all in high school, and I kind of got to know him through them because
I've
we
seen
all
our
became
numbers.
friends in high school. But I think because we've known each other so long, we go so hard at each other, and like also like I don't have brothers. I have these guys. Like we just
Yeah.
we've had huge arguments. Like we're all tight. And with Steve, like Steve didn't go to our high school. I knew him through like a mutual friend. But when he joined the band,
Yes, sir.
have you ever seen Beer Fest?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know when the one guy dies and his twin brother shows up and he's like, "Hey, I have the same nickname and he told me all the stories about you, so you can just pretend like I've always been here."
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what it was like when Steve joined the band. Like it was like he was our friend since we were 17, like everybody's friend.
It did kind of work out, like
It was kind of
all too well.
So like that's always kind of been the vibe with us. Like, and I'm really grateful that like we've worked through all our, we work through things. Like we make sure everything's good, and yeah, we go hard at each other. But also like if we have an argument, these guys are gonna, or if something goes down just in life, these guys are gonna show up for me. When my wife and I were moving into our house, Ben and I had a squabble just about like booking thing. Like it was like some kind of booking argument, and it was the night before we moved, and I was like, he was supposed to come help me move, and he was at the time he was late to everything, and I was like, okay, I guess Ben's not gonna come help tomorrow because we had this big fight.
At least he shows up.
He showed up early with donuts out of spite.
donuts and coffee ready to go.
And that was, I was like, okay, Ben's ride or die. Like that's, so that's
Mostly die.
that's some ride. But that's I don't know. That's things like that. It's important. Like we're friends more than anything, and sometimes like just being in a band, like situation will challenge that. But I'm happy we've overcome stuff, and like we're all buddies.
Yeah, that's been a big thing for me too. Like the period it takes for me to like warm up to new people is like 2-3 years average. But yeah, like I mean, I hadn't even met Dave like more than 10 times before I joined the band, and just from like practicing with him.
We were just going to
before-
Humphreys concerts together because like Nate set it up.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah. It was all events where people don't like talk to each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like in the short time I played with him before I practiced with the band, I already feel like I've known him for years. And even with Steve, who I met like probably 2 times before I played with the band, I already feel like I'm real close with him. And that's like a big thing, because it's like being in a band is a great way to actually maintain a circle of friends as you like approach your 30s. And so it's like,
yeah.
so if you told me it's like, hey, you could play with this band that plays the exact kind of music you want, and they're gonna be like famous, but you don't know any of them, and you're probably not gonna talk outside the music. It's like,
Wait, what
no,
do you say?
I'd probably no.
Are we not gonna,
He's got an opportunity.
we're gonna make it, right?
No,
We're
guys
going to
are
be
on
regarded as
Kyle.
highly
You're gonna
make it,
influential
right?
in 30 years.
You're on Kyle Gaston podcast.
Famous as shit, dude. We already made it.
You're Northfield famous.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Branching out
Alan's
to the
listening
west
to
side.
this. Evan's gonna listen to this. I can't
Well,
say
I might
anymore.
listen to it.
But no, like basically, yeah. If I could be like fast tracked to like a point where I could quit my day job and just do music full time, but I'd have to play in a band like that. I'd rather be doing this.
Let's go.
Right on.
Shout out, dude.
I think I'd.
Yeah, this lasts longer too, more meaningful.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, like we have 3 group chats that we engage in, all of them almost daily. We have
One without your keyboard player, I'm guessing.
Obviously.
We added him, but he never showed up.
He declined the request.
power move. Power move.
Steve was added to the chat. He just says no.
No.
Gets
We've
out.
We've got one that's just like for
the
organizing the
admin?
band and hanging out. We've got one that's just memes, and we have one that's solely dedicated to talking about our Minecraft realm.
Hell yeah.
To be like, did you like plow the fields? Did you like collect all the wheat? Like
Yeah, are we still meeting at practice? Like, this is like totally different chat.
and
And memes are getting like it's crazy how
It's
3
wild.
conversations were going on at once.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I understand that. We have one that's our communication portal, one that's ideas and inspiration for songs, and then another one that's jam band fam or jam night family. 'Cause,
Nice.
If you ever find yourself on the east side on a Thursday, we do a jam night every night.
You gonna be there tomorrow?
Every Thursday. I'm gonna try to.
Dude,
I was
so
saying, if
bad.
you're gonna be there, I'll be
I've-
there.
I've been like seeing all the like whenever like you guys like announce it on Facebook. Like I always want to go, and I'm going to do it one day. There was so like I live west side, and I work on the east side for my 9 to 5. And I went to the Beachland one once, and like I was like, okay, I'm already on the east side. I'll just stay here. I got out of work at 5:30. I didn't get on stage till like 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was I could have gone home. We need a good jam night on the west side. I don't know who's gonna take up the reins, but
Is there what? There used to be one at Brothers. There was this place called Iggy's in Lakewood.
We know
They
Iggy's,
used to
yeah.
have it every Wednesday. I would drive there for that one.
I don't think they do it anymore.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore. But like 2016, 17, I was there every Wednesday.
We showed up to the Brothers Lounge one time to do a jam night.
Here's the thing. I wasn't gonna talk about it, but here's the thing.
Too late. It's already out there.
I should
We're
have.
declaring war.
The ball was in my court whether we did Wednesday or Thursday. I was off Thursday, so I said let's do Brothers Lounge instead of Iggy's, and I
And
regret that.
He has a night shift job,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
have a
really
night shift.
important. Like pick him tonight.
Yeah, so I was off Thursday night and either Wednesday. I really wish I'd just taken the hit and just gone Wednesday night off because that would have been the better environment. I don't know, it was just the whole thing.
We like showed up, we got on the list, and then like we were still too late, and then like by the time it was midnight, like we were gonna go on after midnight. Nate had to go to work, so like
Yeah.
we showed up and hung out, and we were just like we didn't drink a lot because and we hadn't played a lot, so we're just like we're gonna get on stage, like you have to be sober, like. And we just sat there for like 6 hours.
As every band that had gone up followed the blues, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
we're gonna play like we're gonna play a fourth chord.
Well, that's
and
another
people are
thing,
gonna
though. It
lose
was
their
such
mind.
different music.
There's
Man,
another
we-
blues one on the west
We
side.
didn't want to go up there and be like the non-blues band because we
Yeah.
felt self-conscious.
Exactly.
And then now we played a Winchester, and like they don't sell Tullamore any other time except when we're playing.
It's amazing.
The last time we played the Winchester, we went up and ordered. I think I got the first round. I was like, I need 3 Tully Gingers, and they're like, oh, you're the band that like uses all the Tully up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
we are.
Yeah. No, they know us there.
That was like the nicest thing we've ever heard. It wasn't even
Oh, I
about our
know.
music.
I know. They're like Tully band. Yeah.
So thank you for the bottle.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that Thursday jam night is at Fish Bar, also known as the local tavern. The Fish Bar at local tavern. Or, I don't know what the full name is of the place, but
It's in Paynesville.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fish Bar in Paynesville. And 7 to 11, the music doesn't stop. Sometimes it goes all the way to midnight. And when
Do all the Rust Belt guys play?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, when we all can get there. But I'm probably there the least out of all of them. And they're, because I work on Thursday nights. But this Thursday I'm going to take it off and go.
Nice.
It's going to be awesome. And when it's nice, the better stage at this place is outside. So it's outside jam.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty tiny inside.
Yeah, we did a Halloween show there this year. And just doing a full 4 hours just up there, well, with breaks obviously, but up there it's cramped on the inside one. So when you're jamming, it's better to only have like 3 or 4 people up there. But sometimes there's like 7 people trying to jam at once, all cramped up there. But outside stage. So summer, Thursday nights, make the trip.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
I'll make that happen at least once.
Hell yeah.
Cool. There's always a kit, always amps and guitars. You don't even have to bring anything. Yeah.
Our first, I guess it was closer to Halloween, was we played with Plinko and with Land of Panda because we were opened for...
We were opening for a Canadian band called After Funk.
That was
including
That was
Erie
at the
Waters
Grog.
as
It
well.
was,
Sorry.
It was Erie Waters, us, Land of Panda, Plinko, and then this Canadian band.
Those guys are awesome. I housed them one time.
After
Yeah,
Funk, they were really nice.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome guys. They played. I did some Cat's Meow stuff with them in like 2017. Oh yeah, check out After Funk. Everyone listening, that's my band of the week.
There it is.
I want to add one. I want to add one more to the 6, and it's a good story. So this last time we did our Friends and Family Fest, Funk on the Farm, on Instagram I connected with this band called Road Waves out of Ontario. Shout out Road Waves. Shout out G. So the front man, his name's G, and he was like, "Hey, we've been following you guys. We're coming through town. Like, do you want to do something together?" I'm like, "Well, we have this friends and family thing. Like, we can give you like somewhere to put up a tent, and we can feed you." And they're like, "Good enough." So they showed up and they played and they killed it. And then the next day, like as we're all waking up, they didn't have another gig on their tour until Wednesday in Columbus, and this was Sunday. They're like, "What should we do in Cleveland?" So I just give them like the tour guide, like, "Here's what to do in Cleveland." And I also said, "You know, if you need somewhere to stay and you can't find an Airbnb, let me know." Not thinking they'd take me up on it. I didn't really know. I would have done it. I just didn't know these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hit me up, and they're like, "Hey, we couldn't find anything." And I was like, "Yes, bring the tent." My wife was really cool about it. So they set up the tent, and they're sitting on my back deck. I bring out some beers. We're just hanging out. And then they're looking at their phones, and they're like, "Dude, Fish is in town this weekend. Are you going?" And this was like 6 weeks before my wedding. And I was like, I can't justify buying like Fish tickets. We've got wedding stuff coming up. And they all look at each other, and they're like, "We're taking you to Fish." And I was like, "I thought you're staying here because you couldn't afford like somewhere to stay." And I've always liked Fish, but I had never gone. And so I went to Blossom with these guys. 3 guys I met like a couple days before, and Fish put on an incredible show. And
Was that 2019?
This was the most recent time.
Oh, most okay.
So like I ran into like the guys from Grav. I ran into Cameron from Flourish. Ran into Andy Russo. Like I ran into everybody from the jam band scene, and it was just so cool. Like I didn't know it was that much of a community thing. Like I had always heard it, but I didn't know it, and I just, because of the kindness of these 3 guys who just like wanted to say thank you. So shout out to Road Waves. Those guys are awesome.
Awesome. All right.
They also, when they killed it at the show at my dad's place, and it was really dark on stage. I'm like, oh well, it's good to know that they can still see and play. No, they were just that good that they just didn't need to see the fretboards, because we got up there and we're like, oh, we're blind.
Yeah, we were,
like,
it was
we
bad.
couldn't see.
we were a little whiny.
Yeah,
Yeah. But even so, I mean,
because I was just like, yeah, we just got to make sure to have lights, and there was plenty of lights, like a lot of like flashing lights, and it was really cool. But then, like, you got up there and you're looking at the fretboard and it's just all black. You can't even see the dots. And I'm like,
We just went on really late. That was
Yeah.
the thing.
But things to learn from.
Cool.
The more you know.
Yeah. Well, what we want to know is we need a recommendation from each of you for a movie or a TV show to watch,
Or YouTube channel.
or YouTube channel. Yeah.
I got
You
YouTube
gave us
channels
music
for
to listen to
days.
this week. Now we need something to watch.
Mike, you start.
Oh,
What'd you say?
I need it. I don't watch a lot of TV.
Give us
Nate, you start.
entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. Fair enough.
In terms of movie, Hot Fuzz. That is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
That is
Really?
Yeah, it's got to be, because literally every other movie is like a Marvel movie. No, but I just like watching the MCU just because.
It's a soap
I know
opera
it's-
and we love it.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
it's just that it's cool that they all combine together. It's cool, whatnot. But in terms of movies, I love Hot Fuzz. It is my favorite movie because my dad's a cop, and so like watching that, like they do a lot of the. Where it's just like, hey man, my pen's low, it's out of ink. He's like, no, I'm good, and he pulls out 2 pens, like, and he clicks them. And it's an action scene of him like signing all the papers, because like a lot of like movies like leave that out of like how much paperwork
The
cops have
police
to
work,
fucking
yeah.
do. And so it was just really funny to find that comedic and just like watching all this go down. I've watched that movie so many times. It's a really good watch.
Shout out to Nate's dad, who's also in a band with my mom.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. He
Yeah.
recently.
Him and I have been in the band since like for a long time.
For a
This
long
band
time,
since 2017. But my mom sings in a swing band called Swing City Big Band, and Ken just joined as like the male vocalist doing like Dean Martin kind of stuff.
Nice.
So 2 generations in the same band. Mm-hmm. Ben, you go next.
Okay.
Time's up.
Mike. No, I'm kidding. But
Moving on to Steve.
Steve.
Hey, that's the same answer Ben gave.
oh my god, that's awesome. Okay, so the movie that I like always like watch from time to time, like years go by, The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger Joker. Let's go. But I'm sure that's one that everyone's seen. So, but.
5,
He said,
Oh.
but.
3, 2, 1.
We'll take.
I'm trying to go through like literally YouTube channels that like aren't like.
Do you want us to come back to?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's thinking what Pornhub channel will recommend.
You can recommend.
Wait, does that count? I got videos, bro. Screw the website. Video.
Channels.
Yeah, come back to me. I gotta figure out.
So last year I found the show on Netflix called Midnight Diner. It was right when Netflix purchased like all these television shows from Japan. And the concept is it's this older guy who has a hole-in-the-wall diner in the middle of Tokyo. Like it's all subtitled and whatnot. And every episode is just about a different dish. And like the people who come into his diner's only open from midnight until 7 a.m. So it's about all the people who are just like part of like the late night life in Japan. They come into his diner and like they seek like fatherly advice, and you're just like, oh, like I'd love like a pork cutlet. It's like my mom made, and then he makes the pork cutlet, and then he's like remembers like it's like it's like my mom made before she died, and they have a group cry, and then he just smokes a cigarette, and that's just kind of that's the structure of the show, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever watched. I don't know how else to describe it, and it gave me cooking tips.
Midnight Diner.
Midnight
Alright,
Diner.
Cool.
It's beautiful.
Okay, let's see. This is probably one that a bunch of people know about, but What We Do in the Shadows. It's a
Right.
comedy.
Oh, that's a
Nice.
good one.
Comedy about 3 vampires who are like, hundreds of years old, but trying to figure out life in modern New York. And it's just classic sitcom kind of setup where, they get into a bunch of trouble doing stupid shit, but then it all works out by the end. It's really funny.
Good answer.
Cool.
All right, I do got one that like nobody knows, but it's like just stereotypical like dude humor. It's it's actually another podcast. It's called the Unsubscribed Podcast. They do have it on
That is a good one,
YouTube.
yeah.
Do you know that one?
You introduced it to me.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that one's actually really good. It's really funny. Just again, like guy humor type of deal, but like I like that one. That's a good one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Chewy Center.
Hell yeah.
Glad to have you here.
We appreciate you.
Thanks,
coming.
man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Cool. So before we wrap up, remind everyone of the shows that are coming up.
Sure. So to get all the updates, follow us at the Chewy Center on everything. We're most active on Instagram and Facebook. But our next 2 shows, March 25th at the Burnt Pickle with Melted Strawberry and Things. And then April 8th, we've got the Winchester with Grav and Plinko. And then just a little further out on April 22nd, we're back at Coda with Flourish, and we're trying to find one other band. So those are our next 3, but we've got a lot of festival performances, some local stuff. It's going to be a good year.
Well, April
Hell yeah.
22nd.
April 22nd, back at
Oh,
Coda.
cool. Call Austin. Maybe we're available.
There you
Alright.
go. There you go. There you
It's
go.
Melted Strawberry is the guitarist I replaced, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that going to cause some issues?
I don't know. I've never met the
All
guy.
right.
He's playing with us at the Kent date, so I don't know if you'll cross paths, but I'm sure all parties are.
Dude, where's the burnt pickle? I don't know that.
That's in
place.
Kent.
I mean, what do you know? Where in Kent it is?
It's not far
Sa-
off Main campus.
South
I was just
Main
looking
Street?
At that. Yeah, it's on Main.
Cool. I lived there for 7 years, and I don't know that place, so it
It
must
used
be
to
new.
be a beer and wine store, and then they converted it into a bar, and they
I know
added a
exactly
stage
where
very
that is.
recently. Yeah.
Cool.
So
It's
th-
like
They've started
it's
booking
by the
bands.
Kent stage a little. right?
Yeah, they've started
Block
booking
away.
stuff, so we're just gonna go out there and see what's up.
Cool. Yeah. I remember talking to some guys like how this would be a good music venue. Like the beer and wine store that used to be there had like couches. You could like buy the beer and wine there and then sit there and drink it like it was a bar.
I love it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that concept.
That's what Ben does in the grocery store anyway.
Still
Sir,
not
you
allowed
can't
to
drink
join
that
you.
in here.
Like, I didn't steal it.
He just got it on his shopping cart. Yeah. There's some giant mules that allow that, right?
Yeah, though I think the Solon one does that.
Back when
Niagara Falls.
I worked in Chagrin Falls, there was a Heinen's that had a bar in it. So we would just after work go straight over to the Heinen's, get a bar. We actually met someone really interesting. He was one of the lead guys that developed the paint that NASA uses on their spacecrafts. It's a high temperature paint. I don't know.
When I drink in Heinen's,
Isn't
it's
it low
happy hour.
temperature
When I
in
drink at
space?
CVS, it's
Yeah, like
re-entry,
going through the
though.
atmosphere.
Oh, re-entry, yeah.
Yeah,
Re-entry.
correct.
I don't
So
want to.
so it's gotta withstand all of it, I guess. So yeah, weird
Flying
ship
around the sun.
founded
shout
Heinen's.
out, shout out to Weird Polymers.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, NASA.
Yeah.
One last thing.
What?
Where'd the band name come from?
Oh Jesus Christ! You opened up a can of worms.
It's like it's the least interesting answer. We had a super long list, and we just between the three of us, we just picked our top 5, and it was in all of our top 5, but it wasn't number 1. So we're just
Nobody's number one, right?
yeah.
so we're just
It's
I guess that's
compromise.
gonna be it. And I think we kind of grew into the name after. We weren't
Yeah.
exactly sure we'd be a jam or jam adjacent band, but we kind of went that route.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of stuck.
Nothing to do with Tootsie Pops. Then.
No, it had
No.
nothing to do with
it's
anything.
actually it's I guess the base form of its origin was I was putting out kiwis. I work in produce, and I was putting out kiwis, and my thumb went right through one. It was all moldy, and I'm like, oh. And then I thought, oh, the Chewy Center. Oh, that's weird.
See, that's a better answer.
Yeah. And then it reminded me of the main squeeze. That kind
one
of
of our
name, and
big
that's why
They're
when I
awesome,
say
too.
that when I said the Chewy Center to the guys, I'm like, oh, this would be a cool jam band name. I can really see that. And then, like he said, it was in our top 5s, and we've never really explored the genre. We didn't really understand it. We just
What was your
discovered
top one?
Humphreys.
What was your number 1?
I don't remember what my number 1 was, but I do know one that was on my list was women who
Avenged
lift
Sixfold.
or something of that.
Yeah,
nature.
women who deadlift.
Women who deadlift. Yeah, that was one of mine.
Mine was
I thought that was awesome.
mine was the comedy roast of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
roast of Jesus Christ is a good one. I think that would. I don't know if that was actually in my list though.
We would have become a stoner doom metal band.
Yeah.
That'd be a good spoof video anyway. Let's film it.
The roast of Jesus.
The roast of Jesus Christ.
And now we've got
Who's
Jesus
got the
Christ.
biggest beard?
Hey,
Right.
everybody.
You play Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the
Judas goes up
the
and
devil's hosting, and then
Punches Pilate.
You were so
Yeah.
easy.
He doesn't like Skittles because they all
12
fall through
silver.
his hands.
yeah, that's all it took. Yeah, I thought it was 30. Yeah.
I don't know.
He named me James the Lesser. What's that all about?
3 days in the tomb. Come on, we've all been to college. But what I love is
sounds like a
Jesus
fun-
isn't even
grade
much.
of two.
He's just laughing. You could just tell that.
That sounds like a fun summer project. Let's get it going.
All right.
That's
The
awesome.
roast of Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
That sounds like a movie we can make.
Yeah, all right.
I got stupid cameras. We can do something dumb.
That's the only reason he rose from the dead was to get roasted.
But I've heard he's hung like this.
There was nice.
It is
There was. I saw this one meme where it was just what if there was someone out there that only knew Jesus professionally, and it's just did you hear what they did to our carpenter?
You know how hard it is to find a good carpenter these days?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but can you imagine having
Zero
an issue
BC.
with his work?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
bring back a table and be like, dude, this wobbles. He goes, yeah, it fucking wobbles. I'm the fucking Christ. Boom, done. It's
boom,
fixed.
It's fixed. What do you do? I'm the son of God. Oh.
We went to Catholic
Yeah,
school.
we all grew up with it.
Oh
so it's
yeah,
like
no,
it's
that's
there.
There should be a version of like where he's like, I'm not my father. I don't want to be that when I grow up.
My stepdads make me work in his shop.
Oh, that is great.
Joseph, you're
I
not
didn't
my
want
real
to.
dad. Just has that like crisis.
I didn't want to be a carpenter. All
I wanted to
right.
be in a local band in Cleveland, Ohio.
I want to be in the Chewy Center.
Golly.
There was
Well, that's about it. For
yeah. Let's step there.
If you're still with us.
Yeah, you're still with us. Praise the Lord. My thoughts only. Oh,
I hope none of
Alright.
us are running for office later.
Oh, it's never gonna
Running,
we
happen.
can't.
running
All right.
from office.
this is pretty tame. Pretty
That'd be an all right band name.
What, running from office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running
like
from
that.
office. I like that a lot. Oh, that's good.
Nathan Bagassi for Ward 3.
All right. So, Steve, you missed out. Steve did provide us with all the Jesus jokes beforehand, though. They were all courtesy of him.
He's holding the cue cards over there.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Listen, CLE, Basement Trader, Roots of American Music, and Jones
Drones.
Enlightenment, Invent Lighting, Unrefined, and that's it. Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, Chewy Center. We'll see you on August 8th.
Thank you.
Wait,
Hell yeah.
No, not August. April.
April. The
April
other
8th.
A month. Yeah.
Hey!
Thank you so much. I was trying to pull up the Steve drawing, but
We'll put it
We'll put it
on.
on. Yeah, send it over to Evan.
All right,
We'll
for
put it
Cuyahoga
on.
Sound Podcast, I'm Evan Stone.
I'm Chuck Schilling.
Peace. Deuces.